Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to go over the PM Silver Bullet for Tuesday, November 14th. And the first thing we do is we turned on the Kraken Silver Bullet Pro indicator, and this is the 130 start here, okay? So I want to show you what I saw here, the start and the trade I took before the Silver Bullet, and then why I took the Silver Bullet trade, okay? So first thing I'm going to do here is we are going to turn on the New York launch, okay? Why am I turning on New York lunch first? Because we go from noon to 1:30 and we're already taking New York lunch buy side, right? So what am I looking for? If this was a silver bullet time, I'd be looking for a reversal to take out New York lunch. All right, so let's see how this plays out. All right, so let's look at this. Market structure shift right there. And then this would be our mitigation block right here. Okay. Why is that a mitigation block? If you turn on the line chart here, and you can see that you have a high, a low, and then a lower high, and then broke through, right? If it comes back up to it, we can take a trade. Okay. High, low, lower high, broke through. Okay. So now let's just keep going and see if we got a trade set up. All right, let's add to it. We have a fair value gap here, right? So now we have two overlapping PD arrays. Ideally, we'd want to get in right here at consequent encroachment of the fair value gap, which is the bottom of the mitigation block right there, okay? So that's kind of what we're hoping we get. And if it stops up there, I'll take a short. Close. Wicked through. I'm not taking this one because it wicked through, but then I'd be buying right here or selling right there. That's too low. All right, so I'm gonna take a sell right there. Sell there. Short position there. Let's just move this over. And what is that? That's a unicorn. Two overlapping PD arrays right there. What are we targeting? New York lunch. Okay, we don't actually need that far. We need 45 even. We can go with 40 right there. New York lunch. Okay, so now let's see what happens here. And now it starts the 2 o'clock hour right there, 2 p.m. And so we're still on target for our trade. We're doing good. Okay. All right. Flatten that right there. Okay. Okay, now we've taken buy side and sell side now. We just started the hour. Now, what are we doing? We're still looking after a liquidity sweep. All this liquidity here has been swept. We're still looking to see, are we going to continue down? And if so, if we're going to continue a continuation trade, then we're looking for all the PD arrays to be respected. If we're looking for a reversal, then we need the market structure shift, and then we can look for our entry to go above this high here, right? So now let's see what we get here. All right, so we have a market structure shift right there. Okay, and I want to show you this would be considered a breaker block right here. Okay, why is that a breaker block? Well, I turn on the line chart. You got a low, a high, a lower low, so I broke beyond that low and then broke through it. Now when it comes back to it, it's a breaker. I know these ones were really hard for me to see. Okay, when what I really wanted to see was ones like this. That would be your breaker right there, right here. That'd be your breaker right there, just to show you. Okay. But when this right here is like this, that's basically all you got right there. You got the low to high, lower low, low to high to lower low. Broke through, right? And then comes back to it. We can take a trade to go long. Okay. So let's just take that off. Let's see. Yeah, I'd like to see a little bit higher of a. Okay, that's probably better. I'd like to see it leave it a little bit more, but if it keeps respecting it, I'll just take an entry. All right, there. We actually cleared it. We're actually away from it. Like this never really left. Now it's actually left it. Now I can come back to it. I like to see it have a little bit of a gap there. Ideally for me, it's easier for me to visually see it. Okay, now we're going to buy one. Definitely going to buy it in there. And we're going to target the high up here. But let's pull a fib. This is now the manipulation leg right there, right? Let's pull the fib. And from here, from low to swing high. Manipulation leg, 2.5 deviations right there, which is even pretty close to this high right here. And it's even numbers. I like even numbers. So that's where I'm targeting right there. Could it go higher? Yeah, I could go up to 4. If it clears this, 2.5, with any kind of full candle close above or with displacement, then chances are it's gonna work its way up to the 4. But between 2 and 2.5, usually you see a reversal if it's going to happen. And so this high is there's liquidity resting above that. So being just shy of that with our TP, that's actually really good. So we'll see how this plays out. I don't like it stalling here. I know it's only like 6 minutes, but that's a long 6 minutes if you're watching it live. All right, that's better. And you know me, I like trailing my stop. So here, let me get that on here. Mark my trailing stop where I would do it at 60%, right? I don't start trailing my stop till about 60%. Okay, now I'm trailing my stop. Where am I going? Let's see. You have a fair value gap here. You have volume imbalance here. You have, I think, probably a small fair value gap right here, and then another one here. So I'm right here. That's where my stop's at right there. Hope you saw that. I was using this end of the trailing stop for my pointer. Why is it hesitating right here? Well, because you got an order block right here. Here's your order block. Order block. So it's got to break through that order block. There you go. Nope. Didn't want to break through it like that. All right, now we're beyond it. So see, that's good. You can usually tell where a price is gonna, fly through and where it's gonna hesitate. That's the PDRA, a pretty strong one, order block, and so it's gonna take some time to get through it. We kind of expect that, see that, notice that, and where is this all coming down to? I mean, look, it's just keeps touching that order block. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to flatten there. Let's just see how the rest of the hour goes. See if we get, if it reverses or if it breaks through. Okay, when it breaks through like this, it's not even remotely trying to come back down. Then I'm probably going to look for this 0.4 to come to, for its price to come all the way up there. It wouldn't surprise me if it did. Now I'm already out of the trade, so I'm just watching it, tape reading at this point. So we're just seeing, if it does get up there or not. And why do we hesitate right here? Well, we just cleared this high. So again, we hesitated right here because of the order block. We're hesitating here because we just watched the cross member here. We just crossed over this high. We're just taking this liquidity. So we're letting people think that we're going to reverse, building up orders in the high, on the below and above and below rather, and that's all they're doing. So now those that have gone short have been taken out. And there you go. There's 4. Okay, there you go. All right, let's take off the long position and the short position. Okay, well, we came to 1:30 p.m. and we had our New York lunch buy side and New York lunch sell side liquidities drawn on the map on the chart. And then we saw that we had a mitigation block and a market structure shift to go short, and also left behind a fair value gap. So we had a unicorn entry when they both overlap, and that's where we took our short because it already took out buy side liquidity. So what do we look for? We look for a reversal to take the New York lunch. Price came up into our unicorn entry, and we targeted the low. Got it, took our short and exited after the candle closed below the New York lunch sell side liquidity. All right, so then we're waiting to see, are we going to continue down? And if so, is this would have been an order block at that time? Was it going to be respected, or come with a propulsion block down, or was it going to be broken through? And it broke through, which made that a breaker block. And so it finally left right here, because I like to see a little bit of gap. It came back down into that. We took our trade to go where? Long, to go high above this. Why did we do that? Because we took liquidity and then we had a market structure shift. Now we're looking to go long, to go to the opposite side, which would be to take this liquidity resting above this old high right here. And that's exactly what it did. It took that liquidity, we got out of our trade, and then it hesitated because it's right above there. And we pulled our standard deviations, and we saw that 2.5 was right below that old high, and that's why we had our TP right below that. But it also went to the 0.4 standard deviations, which if it closes above, like this candle right here did, above 2.5, we end up, a lot of the times you will see that it will eventually trade above the standard 4 standard deviations, and it did right here. It did hesitate right here, but that again is above the old high, so we kind of expect that. It hesitated right here because it was right in the middle line with the order block, so we kind of expect that as well. So the 2 areas that it had consolidation, we kind of expected that, right? You even have an order block right here, which is right in between the breaker block and the order block. It's kind of where price kind of hesitated right there. So you can actually see where price is consolidating. It's kind of cool. So that is your PM Silver Bullet for Tuesday, November 14th, using the Kraken Silver Bullet indicator.